Good evening and welcome to this May 17th edition of EastCast. I'm Jason Pekarski along with my partner in crime, Derek Braslow, to bring you the news for this week. The top story of this week is the incredible performance by the mock trial team at the National High School Championships in Louisville, Kentucky. After an incredible season, this year's mock trial team finished first in the state of New Jersey and third in the nation. The team of Drew Katz, John Musero, John Dunphy, Greg D. Michelle, Todd Schoenhouse, Darrell S., Dan Choi, Niraj Gusani, and Samira Hujjat traveled to Louisville, Kentucky last weekend for the national tournament in which they placed third. The crucial match was in the third round when East played Wisconsin. The contest was extremely intense, with people flocking to this match as the word got out about the quality of the battle. The scorers ruled that it was a tie. It became the responsibility of the presiding judge to break the tie, and he ruled in favor of Wisconsin, who became the winner of the competition. Cherry Hill High School East mock trial is an exceptional team when you consider that about 3,000 schools in the nation are involved with mock trial. The East team, representing the state of New Jersey, had some unique honors bestowed upon them. East was the only team in the country to be given a perfect score in a trial. East achieved this in their first trial against the Illinois team. In addition, witness Todd Schoenhouse was the only witness in the country to have had a perfect score in each trial in which he performed. Overall, the East team, the first team from New Jersey ever to compete in nationals, made a strong impression. Nobody will forget that New Jersey was there and that East grabbed the third place title. Congratulations to all involved for a tremendous effort and a remarkable season. We will be looking forward to another incredible season next year for the team. Team member Darrell S. said that success could not have been achieved without the help of East's three attorney advisors, Mr. Lewis Katz, Mr. Richard D. Michelle, and Mr. Jack Shipley, or without Mr. Ronald Hillman, the team's teacher advisor. Student lawyer Drew Katz filed this report from Louisville, Kentucky.
I feel like we did pretty well considering the time constraints as far as preparing and everything, but I think there are a lot of improvements that we can make, and I can see improvements that I can make both on my direct and my cross immediately for the next case.
And do you feel that we won this case?
I think we did, yeah, from just judging from how our witnesses held up compared to how their witnesses held up.
So do you believe that it was the witnesses that pulled this one over the top?
I think it was, yeah, because I know that the closing for the other side was very good and, countered John's closing, which was also tremendous. So I would say it was the witnesses that make the difference.
Thank you, Drew. Last week, the East Auditorium was packed for another class competition, the 13th annual student-directed one-act plays. After an introduction by Robert D. Nation, director of theater at Cherry Hill East, the freshman play Glory in the Flower, directed by Julie Seltzer, took the stage. This play was followed by the sophomore one-act entitled Balcony Scene, directed by Lyle Fisher. Becky Dreyfus, a mother in this show, took home the Best Supporting Actress role. After a brief intermission, the junior class play, The Ugly Duckling, directed by Dan Traster, was showcased. Christy Knipe and Jason Friedman each won awards for Best Supporting Actor and Best Actress, respectively. Then the drums started to roll. The crowd rose to its feet, and the senior play, Prometheus, sparked the audience with laughter as they went on to win the coveted Best Play award. Steve Gordon did an amazing job as a director, and he did receive the Best Director award for his efforts. Lauren Brandt, also for the senior play, won the award for Best Stage Manager. And Tony Ardito, also a member of the Senior One Act, won Best Technical Director. However, this night belonged to David Zelnick. Not only did he receive the Best Actor award for the evening, but he also was elected Actor of the Year and received East coveted Thespis Award. Other awards received during the night were Tony Ardito, Rick Piccolo, and Gina Ritchie for Technical Directors of the Year, and Lisa Kane and Jennifer Wydra for Actresses of the Year. It was a great night for all who were in attendance. Miss Beck presented student writers with their awards from the New Jersey Council of Teachers of English. Senior Scott Angstretch received an honorable mention for short stories, and junior Sandy Wu received third place for the special category. And junior Dan Choi, he took second place in the essay category.
La 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 la.
Derek, what are you doing?
Jay, I'm practicing for the Pavis Festival. Couldn't you tell?
I have an overly zealous friend here. The Performing and Visual Arts Society every year presents a great theatrical and visual day to all the students of the school. This year it will feature Prometheus, the senior one-act winner in the auditorium, 5th period. Other periods feature variety show acts, Morton Downey Jr.'s players, choral group, orchestra and wind ensemble performances, mime company, skits, contemporary folk music, Broadway musical excerpts, Jazz Unlimited dancers, music by Hard Hats, Mr. Steele and Mr. Cole, and rock bands. All day long, students will be able to attend demonstrations and exhibits in the courtyard. Mr. Edwin Cook and Mr. Robert D. Nation have arranged this celebration of the performing and visual arts. Join them for May 26th. Last week, we brought you an interview with next year's senior officers. Today, we bring you the upcoming junior class officers with Junior Niraj Gusani. Niraj?
With me are Jen Baker, President, Ken Gross, Vice President, and Michelle Pro, Secretary-Treasurer. Publicity Manager Jack Mundell was unable to join us today. Jen, what do you think is your most important role for junior year?
I think our most important role for junior year is definitely to get people involved. Here at East, there's so many things to offer, and I think that what we should do is have the kids in our class definitely to come out and just to be a part of East. And I think that'll definitely be our main goal.
And Ken, what activities do you feel are most crucial for next year?
Well, they're always the most important ones, the prom and homecoming. But what's going to be crucial for next year is Spirit Week, because that's going to determine, it's going to set the pace for the rest of the year for our class.
And Michelle, what kinds of fundraisers do you plan for next year?
Well, basically every year, Candy Canes is a hit for the junior class, so we're looking forward to that. Plus, this year, as sophomores, we did flowers, and it not only benefited our class with money, but it got the community, which is the handicapped, involved with it. And we're willing to, any suggestions coming in for fundraisers we're always willing for new ideas.
Okay, I'm sure you're looking forward to a successful junior year. For EastCast, this has been Niraj Gusani with the junior class officers for next year.
In a mere 2 weeks, on June the 1st, the senior class will be attending its exciting senior prom. This year's theme is Hold On to the Night, and it promises to be a fun-filled evening in the Hyatt House Ballroom on Route 70. Tickets were on sale last week, and if you still haven't gotten your ticket, see Mr. Obriza in the grade level office. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime event, and have a great time. Finally, the week has arrived. Jello Week. This Friday night in the boys' gym, a Jello wrestling extravaganza. I see it now. Look at that. Mark Steele on the top rope. He's gonna jump. He's eating the Jello. I can't believe it. Eric Jacobs, body slam. What excitement. Be there, 7:30 this Friday night. Tickets are on sale in both cafeterias for $5 now and $6 at the door. Be there Friday night for the ultimate in entertainment. Cherry Hill East has never sponsored something like this ever before. Don't miss it.
Now for sports. Cherry Hill East varsity baseball team is off to a tremendous start this season with a 12-0-1 record. The only tie being afforded to the then #1 ranked team, Cherry Hill High School West, in an 11-inning dogfight. The senior stars of the team include pitchers Glenn Foley and Dan Carback, shortstop Joe Marcelli, second baseman Rob Dwyer, catcher Dave Heeb, and designated hitter Paul Delavecchia. They, along with younger talent, have catapulted East in the South Jersey standings and are hoping for a state championship. The next big game they have is this Friday against Cherry Hill High School West. Don't miss what promises to be an amazing confrontation. Be there on Friday. On an even more exciting note, the golf team continued its winning ways last week when they defeated Paul VI 5-1. John Mastrangelo was a medalist. Derek?
This year's track team is having a fair season by East standards and presently has 5 wins and 3 losses. Leading the East attack are seniors Graham Hill, Stephen Lobel, Chuck Ducharme, Jay Young, Scott Scooter Podolsky, Brian Curley, and Terry Tisai. Their next big meet is the Olympic Conference meet tomorrow. Good luck to all involved. Last week, some Cherry Hill East athletes played well above par. These 11 athletes are now the Athletes of the Week, showcased in the Seawing intersection. They include Brian Curley, Brian Tripota, Stephen Lobel, Graham Hill, Chris Broadbeld, Louis Profit, Terry Tsai, Jason Lichterman, Tina Keller, Liz Griesbeck, and Candace Dice Bornstein. Well, that about wraps up another edition of EastCast. This broadcast has been extra special for Jason and I because in a few weeks we will have survived 4 years of Cherry Hill East High School. We've had a lot of great memories here, and we hope that EastCast continues its great tradition for many years to come. Good luck to all the underclassmen. And again, a special thanks to our student cameraman, Tracy Slobotkin, our cameraman, Mr. Gordon Hampson, and our lovely advisor, Miss Peggy Beck. Jason Pekarsky and I, Derek Braslow, remind you to stay tuned for Film Forum with Joe Truitt and special guest Kenny Garland. The feature is the Hope and Crosby classic, Road to Bali. Tonight, we leave you with Ophelia. She had lamb for Mother's Day. Good night, Ophelia.
Good evening. I'm Cara Romeo, and tonight on the West Report, the Pavis Art Festival is approaching, and I'll give you all the details.
Hi, I'm Jason Sunkett, and tonight I have the highlights for this past week in West Sports.
Hi, and I'm Nicole Williamson. Last Saturday, the seniors danced all night at the senior prom, which was held in the Phoenix Room at Garden State Racetrack. California East DJ'd this event. The theme of the prom was We Said Hello Goodbye by Phil Collins. According to Dr. Joan Katz, the principal here at West, the prom was a big success, not only because the students had a great time, but because many students attended. Even though the senior class has 375 students, a total of 500 people attended this event.
What kind of art do you like? Do you like craft demos, art exhibition, culinary arts, or even performing arts? Well, if you do, they will all be at the Cherry Hill West Pavis Festival next Thursday and Friday. This marks the 19th year that the Performing and Visual Arts Society holds this festival. We will have further details on our next broadcast. There are all kinds of flowers to see in spring. Last Monday, 24 students from Mr. Chesbro's advanced photography classes went to Longwood Gardens in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Dr. Dempsey, head of the Commercial Arts Department, joined them in taking pictures of all types of flowers. Mr. Chesbro said the advanced course went to photograph the outdoor and indoor displays, wildlife, and people in a park setting.
One activity here at West that does not get much recognition is our chess team. Recently, they competed in a national tournament for the first time. Our reporter had a chance to speak to a coach and to the key player.
I'm Jason Sunkett, and I'm here with Mr. Patterson, the coach of the chess team, which recently competed in a nationwide tournament in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hello, Mr. Patterson.
How you doing, Jason?
Can you tell me how the team qualified for this tournament?
Well, we went to the States, which were held in Somerset, and we competed among 25 teams from the state of New Jersey. Our varsity came in third place, and our junior varsity came in second place in their division, which got us into the qualifications to go to the Nationals.
Okay, tell me a little bit about how it was set up.
The Nationals?
Yes.
Okay, the National Tournament is run as an individuals tournament as well as a team tournament. The players are placed against each other randomly at first, and then according to their abilities as a chess player. They have certain ratings, and these ratings are matched up and paired. At the same time, there is also a team tournament going on based on the 4 best players that you have from your school. There were 815 players altogether involved in the national tournament, and there were a total of 224 teams in both divisions.
So there was 224 teams involved in the whole
Yes,
thing.
right. 120 teams were varsity and 124 teams were junior varsity.
Okay. And how did the team fare in the tournament?
Very well. This was the first time we ever got to a national, went this far. So a lot of them had some jitters and butterflies in their stomach and so forth. But they really did well. They placed in the top 30s in both divisions. So they really did well.
What do you think about next year?
We're going to have most of our team back because most of them are juniors. We have a real strong junior varsity team, which we'll be feeding into the varsity and should really supplement it nicely.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
Okay.
I'm here with captain of the chess team, Jay Kaufman. Hello, Jay. Jay, now, as I know, and most people know, West recently competed in the nationwide tournament in Knoxville. Now, how did you feel about that, going up with some of the best players in the whole country?
I thought it was a great opportunity for us as like high school students to be able to go, first of all, just go to Knoxville, and then to play against some of the best chess players in the whole nation. I did about as well as I expected to. I won 2 out of the 7 rounds in the tournament against people who are supposed to be a lot better than me, so I thought I did well.
How did you feel? Were you nervous at first, or did you loosen up, or you just going, like, play as good as you can?
Yeah, well, most of the time we were just like happy to be there, and we were having a lot of fun. It's a field trip, you know, that kind of thing. But then when you got down to it and we're playing the games, you kind of got nervous, and because you knew these were the guys to beat. You know?
Who played exceptionally well, if anyone, for West?
Well, Eric Forbes did really well. He placed 3rd place in his division in the whole country, so we were happy for him.
That's good. How did the team arrive in Knoxville?
Well, we had to take a plane to Knoxville, and our flight couldn't get a direct flight, so our flight went to Pittsburgh, and then from Pittsburgh we flew down to Knoxville, and then we had a bus take us from the airport to our hotel room.
How long did you stay there in the team?
4 days.
4 days. I imagine that would cost some money. So was there any fundraisers involved?
Well, basically we had to pay for it ourselves, but now we're running a fundraiser to help pay back Mr. Patterson because he put in a lot of money to help us, enable us to go. So we're going to pay him back. We're going to have a raffle soon, and we're working on getting prizes, and hopefully we'll be able to do that in the coming weeks.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. Hope to hear from you soon, and that's about it.
If you still want to purchase a yearbook, the price is $45, but you have to hurry because the price will go up to $50 on May 22nd. These books are full of memories that you can look back on for many years. It has the best friends section, pictures of seniors, underclassmen, and teachers. Yearbook editor Brandy Feingold said, "I hope that not only seniors but all students will purchase a yearbook to treasure their memories for years to come." Representatives sell yearbooks every day in E41. Go out and buy your yearbooks fast. The yearbooks wrap up sports for the whole year, but here's Jason to wrap up sports for this week.
Clever. Last Friday, West varsity baseball team boosted their record to 11-1-1 by defeating Washington Township by a score of 5-2. On Monday, the team trounced Paul VI by a score of 13-2. Leading the attack for West were Chris Murphy and Lou Torchel, who each homered. And this Friday, the team will play a key conference game against Cherry Hill East at East. The last game between the two teams ended up in a hard-fought tie by a score of 8-8. The controversy over the game between Cherry Hill West and Edgewood on Tuesday, May 2nd, has now been resolved. Last Wednesday, the Olympic Conference upheld the Edgewood protest. Edgewood contended that the umpires would not allow the coaching staff to visit the pitcher on the mound for a 3rd time. The rule book states that a coach can visit the mound no more than 3 times without taking the pitcher out of the game. The Olympic Conference stated the game will be played and resumed at the point of the protest. And at this point, it's the 7th inning, West players on 1st and 2nd, and Edgewood is winning the game by a score of 6-2. As of now, no date has been set to replay the game. In golf action, West defeated Cinnaminson last Monday, a score of 4.5 to 1.5. Medalist Doug Ergood shot a 4 over par 40. Other winners were Fred Lombardo, Dave Cohen, and Philip Ronning. And then West defeated Washington Township by a score of 3.5 to 2.5 last Friday. West's record is now 11-4. The boys' track team ended its regular season against Triton and Pennsauken on Wednesday. They soundly defeated Pennsauken by a score of 79-51, but lost to Triton by a score of 67-64. First places were by Sam Anderson in the 100-meter and long jump, Ishwar Kapoor in the 1,600-meter, Ken Balso in the pole vault, and Glenn Brumbaugh in the high jump. On Saturday, Ken Balso placed second in the pole vault in the Camden County Championships. Also placing were Sam Anderson in the 100-meter and Charles Brown in the discus. And that's all for sports.
This Saturday, May 20th, is the day of the sophomore fundraiser. Our car wash will take place between 9 a.m. and 12 noon. Volleyball will be played from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. For a team of 6, the cost is $10. A spaghetti dinner will end the day. This will be from 5 p.m. to 7:30. If you are interested in participating, you can sign up in E31. Tickets for the spaghetti dinner can also be purchased in E31. Remember, this is a personal fundraiser.
Next Friday is the day of the One Act Play Festival. It starts at 7 p.m. and costs $4 to get in. Each class performs a different play for about an hour. The freshmen are performing The Emperor's New Clothes, the sophomores, Beatnik and the Bard, the juniors, The Actor's Nightmare, and the seniors are doing The Old Cookie Shop. Each class has an advisor. Freshmen have Mrs. Johnson, sophomores Mr. O'Donnell, juniors Mrs. Lifshey, and seniors Miss Biello. The festival will have judges scoring on 4 categories: acting, directing, production, and overall critique, each worth 75 points.
West Spring Concert will be held in the auditorium tonight at 7:30 p.m. And don't forget, the sophomore fundraiser is coming up this Saturday. Coming up next, stay tuned for the junior school news. And then stay tuned for the film forum. Tonight, host Joe Truitt will welcome guest Ken Garland to talk about the movie A Road to Ballet, starring Bing Crosby and Bob Hope.
Thank you for joining us this evening here on the West Report. Tune in again next week at the same time. Good night.
Good night.
Hi, I'm Marcy Novicus with this week's edition of Carusi News. The primary election for student council officers will be held on Monday, May 22nd. This election is held each year to determine who the class officers will be next year when 7th grade students are promoted to 8th grade. Interim reports will be mailed home on Friday, May 19th. And now here's a sports update with Erica Collins.
Good evening. I'm Erica Collins, and the bases are loaded here in May. On May 8th, our spectacular 8th grade boys baseball team easily defeated Overbrook by scoring 15 runs in 5 innings. And as for our girls, tension was at its peak for the last inning against Overbrook, with help from team members like Emily Hillman, Adrian Thorpe, Jania Butler, Kathy Normandeau, and Tracy Shannon led Erica Persley into the winning hit of the game, and the score was 9-8. On Tuesday, May 9th, all good things must come to an end. And so our 7th grade girls softball team ended their season with a 12-9 victory over Chrysler King School. Mr. Capella would like to thank the entire team, and especially the manager, Dana Wachowski. Take off those running shoes because Carusi Junior High is in effect. On May 12th, they defeated Morristown 145-68. Strong performances by Garrett Brown and Joe Anderson helped out the team greatly. Here comes that bat and glove again. On May 12th, our 8th grade girls defeated C.W. Lewis 11-5, and our 8th grade boys baseball team won their 9th game on Friday by defeating C.W. Lewis 8-1. On Monday, May 15th, the Carusi track team faced their most difficult challenge against Glen Landing. Overcoming many obstacles, the track team were able to edge Glen Landing with a score of 92-77. Also on Monday, our Carusi 8th grade girls defeated Delran with a score of 16-4, raising their record to 5-2, and our Carusi 7th grade baseball team defeated Oakland by the score of 9-4. That's it for the Mustang Sports, and I'm out of here. And here's Randy with the quote of the week. Randy?
Well-timed silence has more eloquence than speech.
Thank you, Randy and Erica. We have an interesting variety of guests coming to Carusi in the next few weeks. Jane Greenfogel, Deputy Attorney General of New Jersey, will be visiting our school on Thursday, May 18th. On Friday, May 19th, Dr. Joinga of Gorelick Institute will be speaking on genetic engineering. Olympic world champion, attorney, and lecturer Doug Eyre will be here Wednesday, May 24th. Last Friday, May 12th, Carusi was entertained by the Jazz Unlimited dancers in the gymnasium. Here's some tape of their presentation. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure the guys did. For Erica Collins and the entire Carusi News staff, I'm Marcy Novickis. Hope to see you next week. Good night.
This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.